Animals are an essential and irreplaceable part in human society. Among them, pets are the closest connection between human and animals. However, pets' living conditions and issues about stray pets in society are becoming great concerns. Although in some countries like US there are animal shelters to provide help for these pets, according to animal shelter statistics on Statistic Brain, number of companion animals that enter into animal shelters nationwide annually is about 5 million, with 3.5 million of them euthanized, meaning dead. And for pets like cats and dogs, the situation is more serious, with only 2% of cats and 15% of dogs return to their owners, and in contrast, about 70% of cats and 60% of dogs are euthanized. Their situation is so urgent. They need help.
Nowadays, more than 5 million pets are abandoned in the city by people, and 3.5% of them are killed by the euthanasia. The ones fortunately avoided capture is considered as the source of the rabies and other diseases. People bring in the pets in the city, and then people forsake them. When the pets hurt them, they get upset and angry, and then these pets get killed. After that, people bring in new pets and create new victims. What are people thinking about the stray pet? What will people do when they meet the stray pet in the street? I'm Gary Young from Qibaodwight. Please go with me and have a check.
大猫的话都是我们自己当时买的，然后小猫是大部分小猫是我们自己的猫生下来的。
生下来的。
哎，对的。
那其实现在上海是可以说是全中国流浪猫狗最多的一个地方。那如果你在街上看见流浪猫，你会收留它们吗？
这个暂时不会收留的，因为流浪猫的话，它本身有一种野性的，让它就是这样在外面比较好一些。然后我们能做到的就只要不要欺负它，对它好一些就可以。如果就是说顺手旁边有什么超市啊之类的地方，可以给它买点零食之类的，稍微喂一下都可以的，就这样对它就可以了。
那如果你们这边的猫猫如果年纪太大，没有办法留在店里面陪顾客玩的话，你会怎么样安排它的生活呢？
大猫的话，我们这边有一部分猫还是养在家里边的，然后如果它实在不能陪客人了，就带回家继续养的。
继续养，
对，
然后一直养到
对，一直要养到它结束为止。毕竟他们也是看着我们一起起来，跟我们一起起来的。
流浪猫，我觉得很多都是因为家里的猫没有做好绝育，然后生下来又没有那个条件领养，所以才变成这样的。
希望有组织可以关爱起它们吧，我觉得它们好可怜啊。冬天就是尤其是开车之前，看看底下有没有猫这样子的，或者是你路上如果看到有流浪猫这样奔过去的话，稍微小心一点，尤其是小区。
Dr. Stepping Stone, which is an international organization especially aiming to help pets and these animals in the society. And also, they cooperate with private animal rescuers in order to find a host for these homeless stray animals. And here is one of the branches of Stone, and which has been open for more than 4 years. So now we are going to interview some of the experts in this Stone in order to find their personal opinions about the stray pets in the society. So, do you personally have a pet at home?
I have many.
However, so what inspires you personally to be involved in helping these homeless pets?
Well, they need a home, and I have a home to give them. And because of my job, I can give them good quality medical care. So at home, I have 4 cats and a dog and 3 chickens. All of them have been rescued.
So when you find these homeless pets in, like for example, your housing estate, so what is the general health condition of these pets? Are they like energetic or just?
Most of them are quite energetic, but that's because they are outside and they have to fight for survival every day. So they're quite energetic. Some of the cats can be very aggressive. In my experience, once the cats have been rescued, they receive medical care and then they start to settle down and be calm, and then they are comfortable around people.
So since there are many homeless cats, it must be some people, their hosts, that abandon them. So what do you think is the reasons for their like unethical action to abandon these pets?
There are many reasons. It's very hard to know the exact reason for each pet. A lot of pets or a lot of animals are homeless long term, and they don't receive the surgery to prevent new birth. They don't receive the sterilization. Cats in particular can produce babies very quickly, and so the number or the population can increase very quickly, very dramatically.
As our group compared the database from American and the situation in China, so do you think there is any differences between the conditions of these homeless pets in these 2 countries?
As far as their condition in the individual animal, the only difference really would be in the type of diseases that are in each population. In places like the United States, we do have formal shelters as well as private shelters. We have animal control systems which are funded or operated by government institutions. To my knowledge, those don't exist in China.
Yes.
Even though the United States has those formal processes in place, there are still homeless animals, and that's mostly due to pet overpopulation. There are many efforts to control animal population in the United States. Here in China, I don't know what those mechanisms are. We only work with the private individuals who rescue. And there are many in the city of Shanghai, many people who take responsibility for pets and animals. Sorry, my patient is coming over. She's trying to get my attention. Penny! Penny! Hi, sweetie. Penny, go for a walk. Go outside, sweetie. Oh, hold on. We have to stop it. I gotta say hi. Penny, it's okay, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. It's okay. Go for a walk.
Heart rate 94. Respiration rate 36. Temperature 37.
Go outside. Go outside. Sorry, she wants my attention. She wants my attention. Okay, so you've actually brought up several questions and several issues, and they need to be talked about separately. As far as doing the surgery for sterilization to prevent reproduction, it's very important that they have this procedure, and there are several reasons. One, when they don't have the procedure, it contributes to the overpopulation of animals and homeless pets. Number 2, we see a high rate of cancer in our patients that did not have the spay or neuter sterilization surgery. So the sterilization surgery is performed to prevent those cancers. The cancers that we see in our patients that did not have the surgery are very deadly. Majority of the time, they live less than 1 year from the date of diagnosis. Most of the time when they die from that cancer, it's ugly. It is a terrible, terrible death. They usually bleed to death. It's ugly. You don't want to see it. It can be prevented by doing the sterilization surgery. As far as the ethical considerations for removing nails, we don't do this procedure in cats. In the Western world, it's no longer considered appropriate as a procedure. My own personal cats, I did not do the declaw surgery. We made sure that we made our house safe for cats, and then I trim their nails every 1 to 2 weeks to keep them short.
Okay.
I have had cases of abuse. I had a family come in and they were hitting the dog in the head, and then the owner was concerned that now the dog cannot walk. He was concerned that he had damaged the dog so badly. Those cases are very difficult because I have to kind of say a really dumb thing. Don't hit the dog.
Yeah.
What part of that is normal or acceptable?
Hand is very important.
But you have to be very careful how you say this to a client because they need to be taught. You can't be harsh or cruel to them, even though they deserve it. You have to teach them in a way that they will get the idea it's not okay to hit the dog. And that's been very difficult because I want to hit him. You're hitting the dog, I'm going to hit you until you stop hitting the dog. But I'm not allowed to do that. In my mind, I wish I could.
Do you think that is a thing that comes from the culture, or?就是比如说他将自己的心情泄愤在
对，那肯定是已经过度了，对吧？那他们我觉得政府人员办事情呢，你肯定按照他们的规章制度来，你去怎么捕捉，怎么去处置你那些捉到的动物，去领养啊，在像国外都是很健全的嘛，但在中国还是需要进一步提升的东西，这个东西比较难看着。对，然后健康状况，我现在觉得外面的流浪猫总体还可以，但是当然你能见到的都还可以，但是我看到也有些猫有皮肤病啊、耳螨啊、跳蚤啊，这些在流浪动物还是比较常见的。
网络上视频有就是虐待流浪动物，你怎么看？
那这个还用讲它其实你只能从道德上去谴责人肉它的，现在没有法律去制裁它。你人肉出来它了，如果有像有动物保护法了，你可以去对它进行罚款啊、处置啊。我觉得有些甚至可以到刑事层面。那这个东西就是你还是要通过法律去制裁的。个人我们大家都是肯定是很愤慨的，对吧？但是你不能拿这个人怎么样，这个是没办法，这是很无奈的一件事情啊，我觉得。好养着，不要弃养就好了。其实这是最关键的。其实，常规的体检啊、疫苗啊、驱虫啊，其实这些东西，至少我觉得在上海这个地方，每个人家养狗的应该都是不差这点钱。但是，至于到比如说一个动物生了一个很重症的疾病啊，有些家里可能就承担不起，有些家里可能就经济比较宽裕。OK， 我们都是理解的。这个毕竟每家人家收入水平不等，你说。一个住别墅的和一个普通的住公房的人，这个收入肯定是有差距的，对吧？但我们总体还说就是说，你就养了，就好好照顾它，尽你所能。你家里面是什么水平，那你就怎么做，然后只要陪着它一生，到最后它生命一程走完了， 陪着它走完，那就很 OK 了。
不管你养了什么动物，请善待它们，真的，它们也是一个生命。
Very bad. Should we say something to the camera to indicate how strongly against string animals, from our point of view? Let's go. Anti-string animals.
So, if I catch any of you hitting your dog, you'd better watch out.